here. So before we start, I wanted to introduce Miss Rashi to all of you. She's not only an advocate of mental health and positivity, she's also a life coach and the president of Sachin Sarcoma Society, where she gets to inspire and motivate people and also help people. As somebody who once faced cancer twice herself. So her life story was so incredible. So I wanted to have this talk with her today. I'm so honored and truly grateful to have her here on my channel. So Ms. Rashi, welcome again. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Jane. It's a pleasure to be here in this event, and I'm honored and I'm grateful to be here in this session. So thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, as I briefly mentioned, your life story as somebody who overcame cancer twice was not only special, but also very inspiring because that shows your strengths, not only physical strengths, but also mentally, right? And somebody who advocates the importance of having resilience, the strengths, your inner, inner beauty, inner wonder. Can we start by sharing some of your story of overcoming cancer twice, if that's okay?
Yes, sure. First of all, thank you so much, and namaste everyone for having me in this session. It's an honor to be a part of this event, and I'm very happy to share about my journey. So I'm Rashi Kapoor, speaking from New Delhi, India, and I have been earlier into teaching profession. I have been a mathematics teacher, and I have taught in different schools in New Delhi, and have been a teacher of mathematics. In 2012, at the age of 32, I was diagnosed with first cancer. This was a very rare cancer known as molar pregnancy. So it happened when I conceived, and somehow the doctors predicted that this is not a baby which is developing, it is a tumor which is growing inside. And
Um,
I was devastated at that moment. My family was devastated because we were very happy that we were expecting a child, but the child was not growing, it was a tumor. So as a part of the treatment, we had to go to All India Institute of Medical Science. This is a government hospital in New Delhi, which is one of the best institutions in overall India. We went there, and I had to undergo 6 cycles of chemotherapy. So when I was diagnosed with chemotherapy, with cancer, with molar pregnancy, I was emotionally very devastated. It was not something that I was expecting because uh, at one point of time, when you are working, when you are teaching, when you are having family, I am a married lady. I have my husband who is a chartered accountant, and I had one son who was 5 years old at that time. So taking care of the family, taking care of a small child, then getting diagnosed with cancer, it was extremely devastating for me and my family. But then I developed the courage, and my family supported me, and we took 6 cycles of chemotherapy from All India Institute of Medical Science. So after that, the doctors told that I may not be able to conceive again, though I had one child, but then there was always a wish to have another child and to complete the family. So we were told to wait for 2 years because in cancer, there is always a fear of recurrence. And so that fear was there in me as well. But somehow there was a strength or something called as willpower that I would be able to complete my family. And after 2 years, when we tried again, so we were blessed with a baby girl. And now I have two children. So one son who is in class 11th and one daughter who is in class 4th. But things did not turn the way I expected. So in 2016, I was diagnosed with another cancer in my right knee. I was having pain in my right knee from many years. I thought that I have been into teaching profession where I'm required to stand for a longer period of time. So maybe there is a lot of pain. I went to so many doctors, hospitals. I showed them. I got my arthroscopy done, got all the investigations done. Ultimately, it came out as sarcoma. Now, sarcoma is a very rare type of cancer, but I was not aware about it when I was diagnosed, because there are many such popular cancers that we talk about, like breast cancer, brain cancer, blood cancer, lung cancer, but sarcoma, no one has heard about it. And so, even I also did not hear about it. So when I happened to go to All India Institute of Medical Science for the follow up of my previous cancer, then the doctor advised me that I need to meet a sarcoma specialist. And that's how I happened to meet Dr. Samir Rastogi, who is a sarcoma specialist in All India Institute of Medical Science. So the first question that I asked him after looking at my report, is this cancer? I thought it must be something else. So the doctor told, yes, this is a very, very rare type of cancer. It happens to one in a million. I was again devastated, because after treating cancer once and undergoing the treatment, and after facing so much of issues based on emotionally, financially, administratively, and logistically, again there was second cancer which came. So what happens that when a person is diagnosed with cancer, it's not only one person, one patient uh, who gets jolted emotionally, but it's the entire family. So my husband, my children, my father-in-law, we were all devastated. It was tough news. It was so difficult for us to bear this news, and we were not able to understand now, if this is a cancer, where should we go, whom to meet, which doctors to meet. So then I happened to meet my doctor, and the doctor told me that now we need to start the treatment. So this cancer, sarcoma, is so rare that it is very complex, very heterogeneous. It's a very rare cancer, and it happens to one in a million. And there are 200 subtypes of this sarcoma. I was diagnosed with very such rare type called as synovial sarcoma of right knee. As a part of the treatment, I had to undergo 5 cycles of chemotherapy, 30 sittings of radiation, and I underwent surgery. My surgery was done from one of the another very good institutions from India, Tata Memorial Hospital, where rod was placed in my leg, and I was not able to bend my leg. But after 2016, I was doing very well, and I was able to walk even without any support. Initially, of course, I had to take some support of walker and stick, but then gradually I was able to walk. But after getting diagnosed with two cancers and getting treated, it I also started to reflect that now, if God has given me this life, if I'm able to survive, I think there is a bigger purpose to it. And if I'm surviving, I need to do something good for other people. So then I reached out to Dr. Sabir Astogi, who has been my treating doctor, and my husband also supported me. And that's how we started to form this patient support group, Sachin Sarcoma Society. So all the team members of Sachin Sarcoma Society are either patients of sarcoma or caregivers of sarcoma, and they are treated from Dr. Samir Rastogi. So this is a patient support group that we have formed in India, so that we can support patients emotionally by providing counseling, financially by providing medicines and scans free of cost or discount at discounted rate to all the patients, supporting the patients logistically, because we have seen that there are many patients who come from outstation, other cities, other villages, and it is difficult for them to meet the doctor. So our task is to support them administratively and guide them that these are the hotels or these are the guest houses where you can stay as per your affordability. So this is how we have been doing. And I truly believe that service to humanity is service to God. So this work gives me immense satisfaction and happiness. And when we help others, we actually help ourselves. We actually create happiness for ourselves. That's what I believe.
Wow, just wow. Your life story is really, really, truly so amazing. Like, I could literally see how, like, you went through all those difficult times of chemotherapy, and you even went on a surgery even, and now you can walk very as a healthy woman and very strongly, which I'm so happy about.
So even in last year, I had some problem in my leg and I was not keeping well. So even last year, I mean this year in January, I had to undergo surgery again, and it was getting difficult. It was a complicated surgery, and the doctors told us to decide between life and limb, and we chose to have life. So I'm grateful and thankful and feeling blessed that I'm alive. And I believe that if God has given this life, it is to do something good for other people. We all live for ourselves, but it's very important to think about others, be compassionate for others, be empathetic for others, and be kind.
Sure, sure, absolutely. Wow. I almost cannot believe how you can stay so strong and so kind at the same time because, some of the difficult times and the negative times, or I should say, down times of our life, beat some people out. It's so easy that we would fall for negativity and all that stuff, right? So I wanted to hear out some of your tips or advices for all of us to stay positive, to, have some reminders of us. Now I hear that, I also believe in God. And I also believe that gods come in many different forms, depending on your, culture, traditions, and all. But, in order for us to remember the God inside of us, if I may put it that way, would you have any advice how we keep reminding ourselves to stay in the positive side?
So I have always believed that it's extremely important to stay positive. If a person is positive, one can deal with any negative situation. So I believe that life is not the bed of roses. Life will always turn out to be the way it wants to be. Though we have a lot of expectations in life, we want life, we keep on planning, we think that we will do something like this after 10 years or post retirement, but life has its own plans, and sometimes we need to surrender and accept the way life is posing. Now, I'm not saying that people who go through tough times, they don't become they don't feel negative. Of course, I also do cry at times, I also feel depressed at times, I also feel very overwhelming at times, but it is extremely important to see the positive side of life. Some of the things that I have been doing is, I'm very spiritual as a person and I do believe in God. So I do talk to God, and I read a lot actually. So after reading so much, after having spiritual knowledge, after practicing gratitude, so there are so many things which are not going right, but there are many things which are going right. So if we think about positive side of things, then we feel that we are blessed and we are not that stressed. So also I've been practicing positive affirmations every day. So positive affirmations, like I keep on saying to myself, I am healthy, I am positive, I'm happy, I'm calm and composed, my mind is very positive. So I have read and I have been watching many motivational videos to keep myself positive, so that I can beat all the odds. And all these things have helped me a lot. The most important thing that one needs to do is to stay away from all the toxic people, and distract yourself, do something which is very constructive, which makes you positive. So this work of Sachin Sarcoma Society, it really helps me to stay positive, to stay happy, because when we do something good for others, when you see others smiling because of you, it always gives a sense of satisfaction and happiness, and that is what I have been getting. So also visualization is a technique. You need to visualize that one day, though even though things are tough now, but one day things will be all right, things will be normal. So when I was bedridden, when I was not able to get up from my bed, I was visualizing that I'm having perfect health. I would be able to run after my children, I would be able to do work for others, and probably that has all manifested. And all this is because of the grace of God, because of the support of my family. and I am thankful and grateful for it.
I'm so happy to hear and happy for you too. So, you've shared some of the very important aspects of our lives. First, community, and second, your inner strengths. And there are so many things we can turn to there when there are tough times or tough situations in your life, because they will come anyhow. So for everyone, this is a great tip to advise to be reminded for themselves, I believe. So I wanted to turn to what the um, society, Sachin, forgive me, I need to memorize this one. This is the perfect time to do it. Sachin Sarcoma Society. So as you mentioned yourself, this is something very uncommon, right? One in a million. And many people, I believe, just like myself and you, who were, in that situation before years ago, are not quite knowledgeable with this type of cancer, right? So would you mind, educating us a little, so that, if people by any chance are watching in the same situation as you, or, for our general educational, purpose, is it okay if you share some of the aspects or information about the sarcoma cancer, and a little bit more about what your society does and who can reach out to you guys?
So, Sachin Sarcoma Society is a patient support group formed in 2016, 2018, and it is a registered cancer society formed by a group of sarcoma survivors, patients, and caregivers. I myself have been a sarcoma survivor. When we were diagnosed with sarcoma, we all faced difficulties like misdiagnosis, and we were mistreated at the other hospitals outside, in other local hospitals. But we all went to All India Institute of Medical Science. We took treatment from our doctor, Dr. Samir Rastogi, and we emerged out stronger as a person. When we were diagnosed, we had no knowledge about it. So, as I mentioned earlier, that this is a very rare type of cancer. As a part of the education, there are 100 types of cancers in this world, like blood cancer, brain cancer, lung cancer. All these cancers are very popular because we talk about it, we hear it on digital media, and we read it in the newspapers. A lot of literature is also available. But sarcoma is a very rare cancer, and this cancer is not only rare, but it is also very heterogeneous. So there are 200 subtypes of cancer. The basic symptom that happens in sarcoma is, a person who is diagnosed with sarcoma must be feeling something, that there is painful lump, there is some lump in the body, there is some hardness, pain, or swelling. So if there are these kind of symptoms, one should not ignore. And the most important thing to understand is that a person, if it is diagnosed with sarcoma, has to get treatment from a sarcoma specialist. Most of the times, patients, when they are diagnosed, they take treatment from some doctor who is specialist in some other sense, but not specialist in sarcoma. So sarcomas are very rare, and they must be treated by sarcoma specialist. Another important thing is that most of the times, because this is very heterogeneous and there are 200 subtypes of sarcoma, like I was diagnosed with synovial sarcoma. Other categories are Ewing sarcoma, osteosarcoma, rhabdomyosarcoma, MPNST. These are all called the subtypes of sarcoma, and there are 200 such subtypes. So, pathology plays a very, very important role. This means that if a person is diagnosed with sarcoma, it is extremely important to determine what kind of sarcoma is the person having. So, based on that, the doctor can start the treatment. So, all patients who are watching this video, it is extremely important for them to understand that if there is any lump or bump in your body, please do not ignore it. Please go to a sarcoma specialist, get yourself treated. And if there are any symptoms in the body, we are the best judge. If we are having pain or any discomfort in the body, we should not ignore it. Usually, we are so engrossed in our day to day life, in our chaotic schedule, we really do not find time. We keep on ignoring things. We feel that, okay, this is happening, let it be, other things are more important. But what I've been able to understand, that health is wealth, is a very, very small proverb that we have been hearing since childhood. But the most important thing is that health is the best wealth, because even if you have wealth, you are rich, you have everything, you cannot enjoy your life if you do not have good health. So if the body is showing any kind of symptoms, any discomfort, any pain, please do not ignore it. Please get the investigations done, go to the right doctor. Especially in cancer, the most important thing is early detection. So
Mm,
we also have heard that early detection saves lives. So if there is a cancer, if the cancer is at a stage where it has spread to many organs in the body, then it is difficult to cure it and treat it. So if one wants to live a healthy life, it's better, even if there is cancer, one should not worry. It's important to accept the situation. I know mental trauma is there. People go through tough times. They find it very difficult to face this tough time, but it's extremely important to know that now there is cancer, we are diagnosed with it, we need to accept the situation, we need to find out who are the doctors who are specialists in that particular field who treat this, get proper investigations done, and try to take care of your mental health, because for your physical health doctor will take care, but for your emotional health and mental health you only have to take care of it. And everyone has their own ways to deal with it. It's not that what has worked for me it will work for others, because everyone has their own way of distracting themselves and focusing on the good things. But it's important to see good things in life, things which are going well, and be thankful. Keep reminding your mind that things, these are the things which are going well in my life, and things which are not going well in your life, that also one needs to remind that these things are not going well at this point of time, but it will go well at some point of time. So what we tell to our mind, the body starts accepting, and body hears everything that we tell. So I have always believed that it's important to train your mind to see the good in every situation. There
mm,
is no such thing as a hopeless situation. We need to train our mind. We need to accept certain things and work in that way, so that we can become stronger as a person.
mm. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. This was actually not on my question list, but I want to ask you. So, you were briefly mentioning there were books that you were reading. Would you recommend, before you go, would you mind recommending us, a couple of books that might be helpful for us, to everyone out there?
Sure, sure. So there is a blessing in disguise that I have not been a voracious reader, but during my tough times when I was undergoing chemotherapy, when your body is idle, when you are not so active, when you have to take break from your active schedule and you have to be there to take the treatment, I have been reading certain books, and some of the books that I have been reading are secret. This is one of my favorite books, and it is written by Rhonda Byrne, and it says about the law of attraction. So what we speak, what we say, that goes to the universe, and what we talk, the universe also gives it back. So similarly, if a person has some health condition, health related issue, if you feel and you think that you are perfectly healthy, the universe will also work in a way. And I have tried this multiple number of times. It's a lovely book. Whenever I become sad, depressed, upset due to any other thing, I read all the six books that are written by Rhonda Byrne, and they are Secret, Power, Magic, Gratitude Journal. Also, there is another book by You Can Heal Your Life. This is by Louise Haley.
Mm,
So these are all the self development books are there, which give you sense and clarity and make you understand what is life, what is the purpose of our life, why are we here, what we want to do in life, what is that thing that makes us happy. So it's very important to do those things that make you happy, and when you do those things, do what you love and love what you do. So this work of the society that we have been doing to help patients, it really gives a lot of happiness and sense of satisfaction, which is ultimately very good for my mental health. This is what I believe.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much for sharing. Again, I think it's so amazing what you do to spread the values of positivity and resilience. Your life journey itself is so, it's just incredible. So thank you so much for all you do. So before we finish this live event, I was curious to know, because what you're doing is so amazing. Is there any way that, if there are some of us who can support, who want to support your activities and life messages, what can we do and where should we connect with you further?
So, Sachin Sarcoma Society is there on all the social media handles. We are there on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. We have recorded many YouTube videos. They're very informative videos. And what we have observed during our time, that we were not knowledgeable about the disease. But now, when we go to, I personally have been going to All India Institute of Medical Science on 2 days when the OPD happens. So I go on Monday and I go on Thursday, and I along with my team, we work in terms of educating patients. So, like, I was unaware at that time what is chemotherapy, what side effects are going to happen during chemotherapy, what diet one needs to take during the treatment. But all, I believe that we all have some knowledge, some experience that we gather when we go through tough times, or whatever things we do. It's important to educate others, it's important to impart that education to others. And we have also made information sheets with the help of our Dr. Rastogi, and all those information sheets are given to those patients who are underprivileged, or even who are able to understand, so that once they're aware about the disease, they would be able to deal with it in a better way. So we have also started a helpline number, and the helpline number, patients are there who can reach out to us. We have a website, www.sachinsarcomasociety.org.
Those are all, very good ways for us to connect with you. If there are anybody who are going through the same situation as Rashi one time. Again, thank you so much for sharing all you shared today. This was amazing and also very inspiring, informative, educational. I hope there will be another chance soon, maybe next time at some point. Thank you again so much for your time and precious presence, Ms. Rashi.
Thank you so much, Jane. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm happy to be a part of this. I do recommend everyone to take good care of their physical health, take good care of their mental health, and because mental health plays a very important role when one is undergoing some treatment, or when someone is going through some tough time in life. It's extremely important to stay mentally strong, stay emotionally strong, take care of the body, eat well, and sleep well. And I wish each one of you good health and all happiness in life. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
That
you
was
so much.
amazing. Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. Take care. Thank you so much, everyone, for hearing me so patiently, and wishing you all the best, Jay. Thank you.